BOKI, HORLIN, SALEI, Raman SALEI, that is, the younger of the SALEI brothers of Azerbaijan, and Thomaz MATERA of Brazil. Only swimmer with representing Brazil. He's proved to be exceedingly popular, as you would expect, at Rio 2016. One of the swimmers to watch, though, Dmitriy HORLIN of Uzbekistan, an 18-year-old who showed promise and edges towards that 4-minute mark in this event. BEKRIC, SALGUERO, CHUFAROV, BOKI, HORLIN, SALEI, and MATERA. So the world record holder, the defending champion, the Paralympic record holder, world champion, BOKI goes in lane 4 and immediately looks to take this race to his opponent. Well, he had a little lead out for just a moment and he's still in front, but he's not extending his advantage over the swimmers alongside him. But as this race progresses, you should see a few swimmers starting to fail to keep pace. 15-year-old BEKRIC of Australia will just be wanting to learn from the experience of swimming in the pool from the likes of CHUFAROV, already the world champion in 2013, but BOKI on the turn. Just look at the difference he's made. Didn't touch first, but the way he has managed to turn it on off the wall, he and Raman SALEI have come away in lanes 4 and 6.
So BOKI, if anything, looks a little conservative, I guess, over the first 100 metres. Pretty close at the turn. And it will actually be SALEI who's touched in first, but we can really expect BOKI to kick in, particularly in that final 100 metres.
But BOKI can keep other swimmers in check. What he does have is the extraordinary ability to be able to control a race and dictate on his own terms, and he's proved that time and time again at international competitions, and indeed the Paralympic Games of London, where he entered 7 events, he medalled in 6 of them and he won gold in 5. So BOKI is a class act, and while Raman SALEI is showing some real class in his swim, and just over half a second outside BOKI's time at the wall at the 150 mark. He's not quite in the same pedigree as Ihar BOKI, despite these two being the same age. Both Belarus born, but now swimming for Azerbaijan. Both the SALEI brothers, Dmitriy, a former Paralympic champion, the older brother of Raman, who swims in this heat, the 400 freestyle S13. BOKI at the 200 mark, at 2:02:07. So nowhere near the sort of time that he was swimming when he set the world record in Montreal in Canada back in 2013. CHUFAROV, just a little off the pace right now. Must be mentioned that CHUFAROV is an S12 swimmer and is the world record holder in the S12 classification over this distance, the 400 free. But the remainder of the swimmers, while HORLIN, SALEI and MATERA are also S12 swimmers, BOKI, BEKRIC, SALGUERO, S13 swimmers, and BOKI leading the way in the men's 400 free S13.
So BOKI continuing to just extend his lead ever so slightly. He's certainly didn't get off to an explosive start, but we've seen through the next 100 metres or so, he's building and building up the stroke rate ever so slightly as he touches in at the 300-metre mark. Touching in at 3:03:35, ahead of SALEI, who has slipped back a little further, the 22-year-old touching in at 3:08.44, 3:10 for HORLIN in third position currently.
So HORLIN is just looking to get up on the shoulder of SALEI, but it's BOKI who leads the way by some way, and a very confident margin. And having seen the opening heat with Yaroslav Denisenko leading out, there is a real battle in prospect between two swimmers who've been posting times of within a second and a half of one another this year over this distance. So that bodes well for an exciting and thrilling final, and swimmers will be able to work off their opponents who will swim alongside them. The two fastest qualifiers will go in lanes 4 and 5, and indeed there is nobody who is going to be separating BOKI and the victor of the first heat, Denisenko, in lanes 4 and 5. It is BOKI who qualifies quickest, and he will come to the wall. The battle on for the second touch, but it's HORLIN that touches ahead of SALEI in the second heat. Fourth going to CHUFAROV. Fifth touch for MATERA, who is applauded by the partisan crowd. Salguero of Spain makes his way to the wall, and 15-year-old BEKRIC earning some invaluable experience at these games. Will come to the wall to touch 7th. So 4:43.32. It's quicker than his seeding time for BEKRIC, but it is BOKI. Gold in the 100 fly, gold in the 200 IM, bronze in the 100 breast. He's looking set for the preferred lane for the 400 freestyle S13 final.
He has looked very comfortable throughout those. Each 100 metre just seemed to build and build that lead, and just such a beautiful, long, strong, relaxed stroke as we prepare for the women's 400 metres freestyle.
It's just such a controlled stroke, is BOKI. Very smooth. He knows he's well in front. So BOKI continues on his merry way.